My first question to you would be, what does success mean to you?
Personally, getting the most out of why you're doing something in the first place, whatever your goal is, whether it's the completion. I think that's the word actually, completion, because whether it's something that you've achieved or you want to achieve, maybe it be new, whether it be a passion. I think completion, getting to the end of something, and feeling good about what you've done to achieve that.
What was your first footballing memory?
Oh, as a kid?
Yeah, as a kid,
oh,
yeah.
blimey. Do you know what? It's funny, actually. I said this the other day. Even though I'm a West Ham supporter,
Jesus.
because, I don't care, I'll put it out. But I'm on loan to Arsenal this year because I'm excited for them. But no, I'm a West Ham supporter by heart. My first sort of footballing memory was an FA Cup final. I think it was Coventry versus Tottenham. And I remember the winger beating someone and crossing it in for a diving header for Coventry. I just think as a kid, like the FA Cup final was like a highlight of, a season. So that's one game I really sort of remember as a youngster.
And your like memory of like football has kind of taken you into the professional game. What was your I'd say like your first step into the professional setup?
Luckily, through grassroots, it's pretty much the same as what most kids do even today. At the time, West Ham had a satellite centre over in Slough, and I was just playing for my Sunday team, and my coach knew a scout or someone associated with West Ham, said, "Oh, I think you should like take a little look," or whichever. I didn't know no different. I think I was about 9 or 10. Just thought it's extra football. When you're that young, all you want to do is you play football every day, don't you? So, I just went along to a couple of training sessions, and that's where the journey started, really. Started training with other sort of better kids in the area. As I got older, school holidays, we used to go to Chadwell Heath, where we'd play against other kids from different satellite centres, and just have like round robin games, mix the teams, get to learn different new teammates, different players. But ultimately, you're sort of trying to play for your own position, play for your own success, really. So, that was about 11 or 12.
And were your parents really encouraging?
Mum was happy because she knew I was football mad. So, where we used to live in a flat, she knew if I was outside, I was playing football. And my dad was, and he was more in the education. Make sure you do your exams and get your results first and foremost. Otherwise, you ain't playing. So I had to make sure that they're up to scratch, so to speak. So, but yeah, and then my mum had to get banned from games. Funny enough, because I played for the year up, and where I played football was a bit of trouble. You don't really see that much now, but I used to get bullied or picked on because I was the smallest one. But I was quick, so they had to do a couple of things to try and stop me, even at that age. And Mum took it into her own account just to try and, hey, you ain't doing that to my kid. Like I said, Mum, don't worry about it. Like, you stay away, because she used to get riled up every game. So it's quite funny. Wow. But I say you learn resilience from young. That's how I say it anyway. So.
And like, when like did you know, or I'd say like the kind of inner circle knew that you was like, okay, you know what, I can actually make a career?
I can't say that I knew per se, because like what you were saying there's, even though it's success in a lot of people's eyes, you're never complete, because if you think you've made it per se and you take your foot off the gas, that's when you're going to get found out. So it's always something to improve, something to get better, do more, be more. And no sort of like going sideways, but that's what I try to put out there when I do my coaching now. Like, do more and be more, because it doesn't just stop. So you keep working.
And like you said, that there's not just thing as being complete. What was your weakness, and was it something that you tried to improve on, or did you just work on your strengths?
I think looking back now, again, what I try to put across to anyone that I might coach or mentor or speak to is I don't think I fully had that self-belief. I had belief. I know I had a strong mindset, and the confidence as well. That's, I know it's not given to you per se, but you need to sort of find it somewhere. I think that's probably one of my weaker aspects. When I look back at things, I can't say, I wouldn't say I wish this, I wish that, because your path is your path, and your decisions or your choices are, they're kind of laid. Well, it's not laid out for you, but they are what they are. Hindsight's a great thing, isn't it? Really. So, but yeah, no. So I always try and portray confidence and belief. Keep trying. Don't be afraid. Everyone makes mistakes, so to speak. Quickly forget about it. Get on to the next thing.
What was the worst thing either a football manager, a football coach, or actually someone within the football community said to you, which isn't true?
Bit difficult. Really and truly, like, the people might. Well, you're a man yourself, and you've played games yourself. When you play against an opponent, they might just chat their rubbish, and people are going to start saying stronger stuff. It's just part of the game. Like, unfortunately, when I was a kid, and I quickly just learned to ignore it. So again, I think that's where it comes from. My mindset. People could say whatever they want. Yeah, you get riled up, but I would naturally fight back, whether it's with aggression or with the way I played. But it never, not on a football pitch, so to speak, but didn't really come to any sort of fisticuffs. But I can't really think of anything someone said that wasn't true. Like, you might just try and say it to wind me up, but that's, handbags, in it, sticks and stones, as they might say. So, but no one could affect me that way, I don't think.
And again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but it probably would have been quite rife, in terms of like the language that people would describe us, on the football pitch. And like you've said that you had to block it out.
Yeah.
But there must have been a time where you were like, no, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you talking to?
Yeah. So, like I said, where I grew up was predominantly white area anyway. White friends, white schools, all that type of stuff. So, because I was quick, they couldn't stop me, whichever. But I was small, so they thought that I could be intimidated. But unfortunately, say for them, like I say, I had mum on the side, so that was not going to happen. But there was an instance where we got beat. I think it was like 5-0 or something silly like that, and I went in goal. You're the smallest player. What are you doing in goal? But because I thought I was agile, I can do stuff. I thought I could do my bit for the team. So I went home crying. And, like West Indian mum, if you're crying, don't play football again, basically. And I was like, oh, otherwise I'm going to get smacks. Do you know what I mean? So I never forget it. If you're going to cry, don't play football again. I've never cried at a football, never been upset since. So from then, any racist language, any sort of intimidating talk, I just quickly learned to see past it, because I was fixed on, I'm going to beat you 1v1. I'm not going to let you get the better of me. You can push me, whatever, foul me. Like, I'll grit my teeth. I might fight back, but I'm not going to give in. So, learned that from young.
You've played over 500 professional games. Can you tell us one game that stood out for you, have a good or bad, and literally what like made that situation memorable for you?
So the one that stands out, it's funny, I had a little passing thought today, and this is no joke. So, why I'm a West Ham supporter, little backstory to it. So, obviously when my family came over from St Kitts, my two uncles followed West Ham because there was a player called Clyde Best playing for West Ham at the time. So they gravitated to support him. So, and today I drove home when I hit Whitechapel High Street. I drove back out towards Essex from the City of London. But when my uncle first took me to West Ham, that's the route he used to take. Go around the A40, Marylebone Road, Euston Road, through the city. And once I recognised we hit Whitechapel Road, I just knew it's just one straight road out towards Stratford Way. I thought, we're getting closer now. So I'll never forget it. So one thing that sticks for me, and I'll never ever forget, God rest his soul now, is that when I made my debut, when I made an appearance for West Ham at Upton Park, we was doing like a little lap of honour. And to see his face, because he's quite a miserable son, and he never used to laugh or smile or too much, but seeing his smiling face beaming in the stand, I thought, yeah, like, thanks, uncle. Like, do you know what I mean? I was like, I'll never forget that. Sorry. And then, yeah, just winning things. Going back to what we were saying before, I play to win. That's why you compete in sport. And fortunately, I've been lucky enough to have like-minded teammates from a very young age. So I grew up with that kind of mindset and mentality. When you play football, you go to compete, you go to win. I won youth cups, and even not at West Ham, but when I went to Peter, won promotion. Brentford won promotion. With Woking, won, leagues and stuff like that. You just play to win. So that's why I try and do it for Vets football now. It don't change.
Doesn't change.
It doesn't change.
Doesn't change. Could you tell us a challenge that you may have fought privately while playing elite football?
Playing elite football?
Yeah.
Yes. You're fighting challenges every day. And anyone that's been in that environment, it doesn't matter what, it could be Premiership, could be, National League, National South, North, whichever. Injuries are a personal challenge, because you want to be there on the field with your teammates. You want to be there to, because you can be quite isolate. But then also as well, if you have a decent squad, say for instance, me and you in same position, like, we could be talking and all the rest of it, and how you getting on, whichever. But back of my mind, I want that shirt, and vice versa. I don't want you to take that off me. So even though we could be mates, emotionally and privately, I can't let Tabriz get the better of me, or I need to be, because that's what I want. So it is healthy competition. Sometimes it can bring out the best in you, and I won't go into sort of lifestyles and stuff like that, because once you're in a building in the football environment, that's all that matters. So whatever's going on the outside, you have to leave it where it is and concentrate on what's going here.
As we're recording this, of course, with the Mo Salah situation, he's been very outspoken in terms of, he's saying that Liverpool threw him under the bus. I mean, how would you react if a teammate?
Again, just as you just phone in there, like I just listened to a little bit on Talk Sport there, just and people's opinions. Like Jamie Carragher's, I know he's gone in on him, and the media, and you're trying to steer it a certain way. There's no doubt that when a player is being left out, it's like, well, I'll go back to what I said earlier. You want to compete for the shirt. You want to play. No matter how bad or how drop of form you might not be yourself. And I don't want to be disrespectful to Mo Salah. I don't want to say Father Time's creeping up on him. But that might be the case. But as an individual, you might not feel that or think that. He's a legend in the Premiership. He wasn't. He went, was it Italy?
He was in
Fiorentina or something like that.
Yeah, Fiorentina or Roma. Fiorentina.
And Rome, that's it, yeah. And then he came back to Liverpool and he's just become a Premiership legend. Like, you can't disrespect him. But he is a footballer and anybody can get that treatment. So if you're not on form and if you're not playing well, you can get the chop, because those big boys at the top, they can't afford to carry you. And Liverpool have got the squad, or any team. I know you're highlighting Mo Salah now, but football's a game. If you're not doing the job, there's somebody next in line possibly to replace you. What do you do about it? Do you get your head down, fix up? Or what Stuart Pearce was saying, and this does touch people at whatever level, your ego's kind of dented a little bit. I'm not having that. And then you could start spitting your dummy out. And if it happens sort of in the heat of the moment, you might say the wrong thing. Because one minute you might have respect from your teammates, but you're going on like a diva. They're going to look at you like, really? And maybe see a different side to you. And especially if you're exposing that to the media. Personally, I don't think you should. Like, a little bit of old school etiquette, like knock on the gaffer's door, hey, listen, what's going on? But that's where I think in today's day and age now, things are smart, where you put it out there in the media and it causes a ripple effect. And it's like, well, now you're putting the club in a situation now. So it could be quite smart from Salah's situation. But as a player, from a player's perspective, I think you should just keep that in-house, So that's just my take on it, really.
How would you have handled it if like one of your teammates did like something that Salah had done?
Me being me, I'd speak to them. I'd say, listen, what's up? Like, fortunately, my group that I've grown up with, we were very honest with each other. So if you're not doing it, you're getting told. If it gives me license to sort of say to them, well, if they're not doing it, I'm going to tell them. Bring that into vets football now. My team and my teammates had to get used to me, how I am, the same way I had to get used to them. Some people don't like it because they think, oh, hang on, who's this guy talking to? And it gets personal. But I have to say to them, like, look, it's not personal. It's just me. I just want to win. Like, for these 2 hours that we're here, I want to do everything that we win. If I think you're, a little bit off it or whichever, I'm going to ask you to raise it. If you've been lazy, oi, don't do that again. And I expect the same. Because like I said to you, like after the game, I'll buy you a drink, whichever. I'm going to go home to my family. I'm not going to mash up your week. I hope you don't mash up mine. I look forward to seeing you next Saturday. Do you know what I mean? But in a professional environment, like that environment, what would I have done? If I felt like to Reece, like, listen, you need to just calm down, sort yourself out, keep working. I'll either help you, but only if you want to help yourself. If you want to sit there in your feelings, I've not really got time for that. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want to be in your position. I understand why you're in that position, I'll try and help you out of it. That's as best as a teammate what I can do. But if you don't want the help and you want to sulk and you want to be levels of disrespectful to your teammates, you're on your own, man. I can't. You've done it. And when you've just like Mo Salah there, he's called out the manager saying he's thrown me on. What can a teammate help you now? You've gone straight for the manager. You know, so that in effect causes pressure at the top. Oh, like Mr. Slot, what's happening with one of your players? Why is he sort of like saying this about the club? He's probably like the top earner. So he's going to get a little bit of special treatment or interest, you know what I mean? So it'd be an interesting time for him and them because all the AFCON coming up, I think it's quite calculated. So Slot's under pressure. It doesn't help that one of your men has gone out of ranks and said this. You know, because you ain't heard Van Dijk spitting his dummy out, even when, what's his name? Rooney, you know, asked him a couple of questions and put him on the spot. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but nobody else from Liverpool's team has spoken. You know, they all know that they're in a situation. And what they're doing, they're just turning up, trying to put it right. So,
yeah. So, again, I think we should also pay homage to like you, News, professional footballer, and like also international footballer as well. You've played for England under 21s, and you've played for St. Kitts as well. What was it like representing England under 21s first, and representing like the birthland of your parents? Like, how did that make you feel?
You know what the thing is, right? You saying it exactly like that. You again, I keep coming back to something about completing, but achieving. So going back to the beginning of sort of saying like my professional journey as a youth player, the kind of under 21s is like the pinnacle, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you're regarded as, if you're not quite ready for first team football, you're not going to be considered for international football, right? But if you're playing well and you're in the mix, you're going to be in and around the crop or the pool of the under 18s, 19s, or under 21s. And the under 21s is the last kind of stop before the international, right? So I was doing good. I was doing okay. I got invited to a couple of training camps previously before being called up officially. And so I remember like I would have been with people like Michael Bridges, Alan Smith, Steve Gerrard, Woodgate, Bowyer, Robbie, a lot of the Leeds boys, because so that team was the crux of it. And I kind of like, you know what? I want what you've got. Yeah. So I'm watching whoever's in my position. Say it was, I think, a guy called Stephen Wright. Was that Liverpool right back?
Okay, yeah.
But sorry, so when I got called up to the training, Danny Mills was the fullback. I want that. That's just, I want to play there. You know, I want to have that feeling, that experience. So, fortunately, I started off the season okay. I was in the mix with the West Ham squads, and it all happened quite quickly, like very, very quickly. And I just thought, well, okay, I'm where I want to be, but now you've got to justify that, right? So, yeah, just getting involved in the mix, keeping up with the standard, raising your own standard, again, exposing me to this type of mentality. Okay, cool, I'm okay. I'm playing with like-minded players. So I've just got to just enjoy my football, basically, you know? And I got a game, played well. I enjoyed the game. I think I made my debut with Ashley Cole because we, you know, similar type of player. You know, even though our careers went different ways. Like he's up, I came down, whichever. But yeah, we were very, very similar in the way we played. So I'm pleased for him, everything he's done. So that's a great little memory for me. Came back to the club, and then had an unfortunate training ground injury, which kind of just stopped everything. So just a bit of shadow play, attack versus defence with in the first team squad, and we had a lone striker called Kaba Diawara. I think he came on loan from Arsenal.
I don't follow Arsenal.
Yeah, so yeah, just normal. I've just gone to just press him from behind, and as a striker does, just feel your man, and his finger's gone right into my eye.
Oof.
And he scratched the back of my retina.
He must have gone proper deep then.
Yeah, it's proper. Just he ain't done it on purpose. He's just gone, and it's just because I've gone to close him down low. He's just bang, and I just gee, not like my eyes come out, but it's just gone in and out. I said, gee, I've never felt so much pain in my life. So felt a little bit dizzy, as you do. Just had to stop. And so I had to pull out. He goes, you're right, Nude. I said, I can't see. Just can't see. So finished training, went inside, went and saw the physio. He goes, look at me, goes, your eye looks fine. Looks like it's a bit bloodshot, but looks fine. I says, I can't see. I can't see. It's that simple. So took it a bit seriously, went to Whips Crossed. They looked right into my eye, said, oh yeah, your eye's bleeding. So it's obviously, it's not detached. Because obviously, your retina can get detached, can't it? So it just, something can get detached, but no, what it was, it's scratched. It's cloudy because of the bleeding. And they just said it just has to pass. So I got lucky. So anyways, I was out for 4 weeks. And that's how long, the kind of step off the train and it's gone. And I didn't really get back on it. So I got sent on loan to get some football fitness. The under-21 manager at the time, Howard Wilkinson, was saying, oh, you're all right, you're going to be back fit. I heard this, I heard that. I was just like, nah. I says, goes, all right, missed this game, but are you going to be all right for the next one? I think it was France or Germany, double header. And I was gutted because he's phoning me personally. I was sitting there in my flat thinking, I can't go training. I can't meet up with the camp. I can't do anything. I'm just blinded, literally. So that ship went, went on loan to Notts County. Played some games there. It's okay. It was difficult. I found it difficult because of going from youth team football to first team in Premier League and then back down to League One. I've never experienced. I said I never experienced that because I went on loan as a youngster to Orient and Portsmouth, and it was just that step back. I just couldn't get myself going properly. I played, but not to the level that I needed to get to. So while I was up there, Harry Redknapp left West Ham and Glenn Roeder became the manager, and new manager has different ideas basically, and that was it. My career or journey at West Ham needed to take a different direction. He didn't fancy me, so call it Arne Slot. Threw me under the bus. No, he threw me out of the team. Threw me out of the club. But and then went Peterborough. Couple of other teammates. Who one of them is my best mate, still up to the day, Saji Burton. He knew an old coach who was associated with St. Kitts in some capacity. Checked out our heritage. I was like, yeah. He goes, do you want to play for St. Kitts? I'm just like, yeah, okay. No problem. Because by this time, I would have been, 20... Might have been 23, 24, I think. Can't remember. Time ago, when I first went over there. And it gave me an opportunity to see where my family's from. So I'm playing in like League One, League Two football now. Top level international football has sailed off now. What new experiences can I create? Can I enjoy? Can I see for myself now? I'm grateful for the St. Kitts FA for bringing me over, as well as my teammates. And I just, see where my mum and dad grew up, see where my nans, my aunts, because both my parents and both sides of the family all from St. Kitts. So it was just nice to kind of just, and I'm not going to lie, soon as I stepped off the plane onto the tarmac, I felt like I was at home. Weirdest feeling ever, like surreal. Just thought, this is what it's all about. Because I wasn't fortunate enough to go back home, back to St. Kitts with my parents. Nobody really went back to St. Kitts, really. So grateful that opportunity was presented and I took it.
I just want to just say on record, I've been chasing you for how long?
You've had my number, man. You've had my number. I was going to come before. Nah, listen, at the end of the day, man, like we said, I've got to know you and who you are through the Vets football and what you're doing. You have your banter at the weekend and stuff, but you yourself, like Hunty, I think you are, pioneering growth, change, opportunity to talk, opinions, listen, for men of our age. It's massive nowadays. It's massive, and it goes deeper than I want to beat you and just I do, because that's, again, going back, that's the 2 hours that I take out of my family's life. Like we just said that, with our partners, non-negotiable. I've got 2 hours. The rest of the week, the rest of the weekend, the rest of the, I'll work, cook, clean, graft, whichever. 2 hours is mine. Right, who's with me? 22 other dudes. Yeah? All want to kick lumps out of each other or compete, but like you just meet some people, proper characters. You just have a laugh for 2 hours. But if you do get an opportunity to talk, you talk sense, you talk life. Someone might be having a bit of a bad time. Hey, man, don't worry. Are you okay? Are you okay? Football gives you that release. Saturday gives you that release. You're doing that. You've done that with putting some strong topics out there. Hunty gives us that opportunity to play with him running summers. But everybody that kind of runs Vets football, whether it's Premier, Division, whatever, to Division 4, whichever, it's just an opportunity for us to just relive our childhood, so to speak, innit? And no better way than doing that and just having a laugh. You have a drink with it afterwards. You know what I mean? Just chat crap.
So
and then go home and then all right, babe, I love you. Like, but you just been cussing her off for the past hour, 2 hours, you know what I mean?
So true.
But we all have that sort of similarity in common. We're plus 35, we're plus 40. We think we can still run around as quick as we did.
Speak for yourself.
No, speak for yourself. But listen, and that's why got to know you, who you are, and stuff like that. I'm like, this guy's all right, man. This guy's good people, And again, appreciate what you did for the London Cup, being involved, overseeing certain things and stuff like that. Like things like that don't go amiss for me, because I know it's other gentlemen giving up their time, doing extras. As a good friend of mine, Jamie Lawrence, about Jamie Lawrence, yeah? He always portrays about doing extras, similar way that I say, do more and be more. Like, there's so many different components to get you ahead, and some people miss it and don't realise it needs to be done. But if you can acknowledge it and appreciate it, you realise, you got to be grateful at times.
And that's a great segue into Vets football. With your knowledge, with your expertise, with your ability, now going into the Vets scene, I mean, how did you get involved in Summers FC?
So, like I said, I was playing with Bubbles over at Sheba and Jamrock because he just said, "Oh, like just wait, what are you doing?" I was a bit down. If truth be told, I was in a bit of a sore spot because I was sort of come out of playing football, tried boxing, just training, trying different forms of fitness, but I still didn't have that, that camaraderie, that feeling. Played over at Hackney Marshes a couple of times with my cousin. I used to enjoy that because I was with my cousin. I've never played football with my family before, so but I kept getting injured. I don't know why I just kept getting injured. So going back to what I said earlier, like being injured, it stops you, it hinders you from doing what you want to do, and it gets to you, yeah. So I had no release, I had no release. But then I got myself fit. And Bubbles called me. He said, "Oh, like fancy doing this, fancy doing that," and it's never forget it. We played team up in Potter's Bar. I thought, oh, this pitch is lovely. Like decent surface, not boggy, it's not dog shit park or nothing. It was decent, good little club. Standard was all right. Again, I just thought have a little laugh and play with my mates. But I've got an opportunity to play football and do it properly. We won. It helped. He goes, "Oh, you enjoy that?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, like, "Same time next week." I just laughed at him. I said, "Oh, I've got to speak to the missus indoors first, like, get the okay." And I just said, like, "Nah, this is me. I need it, so to speak, So joining Bubbles team gave me opportunity to catch up with like friends and a social aspect as well. Because I'm a cab driver, I could work the morning. As long as I ended up over in West London, I was fine. And if I wanted to come back to work afterwards, I could. If not, I'd just drive home. So yeah, it gave me that little release on Sunday mornings. But because my youngest, he's growing in football, he's enjoying his football, they changed from a Saturday morning to now competing on a Sunday. So I couldn't play Sunday league football now, so I had to try and find a team on a Saturday. So a good friend of mine said, "Oh, what are you doing?" I was just driving into work. He goes, "Oh, I'm at Ford's, where we play Newbury Park." He goes, "Come down, have a beer." I said, "All right." I never knew this field was there. Drive past it every single day behind houses. He goes, "Oh yeah, like Nicky's a cab driver. It's his team. It's Summers, whichever." I said, "Oh, how you doing, mate? All right." And Warren's just like, "Oh, yeah, Nukes used to play football." He goes, "Oh, is it?" He goes, "Oh, like, fancy getting involved?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like 10 minutes from my house. I didn't know nothing about the Essex League. So I just thought it's local. And then I put my name down, I show up, get involved, good bunch of lads. Because initially I just thought, Warren knows Nicky. Nicky's another cab driver. Me and Nicky got something in common. Didn't realise his age at the time. But when I watched him play, he was still running around like a madman.
Madman.
So if he can do it at, I think he's 5 years older than me. I just turned 45 the other day. He's 5 years, and he's still. That's what I want to do. Going back, that's what I want to do. If he's still running around, I still want to run around. So give me incentive, And yeah, that's it. Just turned up, showed up. If I say that I'm going to be there, I did. So I'm grateful for it. Worked out a nice little routine. Been with Summers ever since. Not looked back.
I caught something that you said at the beginning where you said, and again, please correct me if I'm wrong, it sounded as if you lost your purpose when you retired, when you was trying different sports. Is that true? I mean, you lost your purpose, you lost your identity?
Yes, I'd say looking back at it now, purpose, I'm not too sure because Father Time crept up. I wasn't performing. I wasn't able to perform physically what was needed. Just what it is. There's an old saying in football, like, "Oh, your legs are gone." I was known for being quite sharp, quite fast. Obviously, You lose a few yards as you get older. And the youngsters, I call them Thundercats. for those that are old enough. But so these youngsters were starting to like get away from me. Oh gosh, I am now the old guy trying to do the dark arts now to try and buy me back a little bit of time or slow them down a little bit and just off it. You just bloody hell. And I'm just at this level. I'm off it. I was like, nah. If I keep trying to force it, in my head I still think I'm, capable. But was it upstairs thinking downstairs? It weren't adding up. It weren't, in sync. Do you know what I mean? So I just had to accept it. And the lower I kept going. I spoke to a couple of other clubs, and this might sound a bit arrogant, but it's not the case. So the lower you come, there's less money, right? And I was just interested to see what people paid at that, because I didn't know. So went to speak to Billericay at the time. Obviously, I know they're booming now, but at the time they were just like a normal guy. I thought, okay, like genuinely just interested. And I just thought, you want me to train Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday, play a game, and be at a time all that time away from my two youngest at the time? Was like, I can't give up my time for that, because what I'm doing. I was in the cab at the time. I can't give up my time for that. As much as I want to play, it just didn't make sense, because I could work and then go home to my family and do what I needed to do, support my missus and be there for the kids. Like, not just be selfish. I'm out playing football and I'm doing this for what? So I had to say thanks, but no thanks, and kind of just had to realise, okay, it's time to call it properly, So once you take that step out of it for 3-4 months, going back to the beginning there, to Breeze, you've stepped off the bus, it's gone. And when you're like 35, 36, yeah, you can run around and be fit, but you can be treadmill fit or road running fit. Can you be football fit? It's a different ball game. And now you're playing catch up to those that have been there doing it. They're 3-4 months ahead of you. Do you know what I mean? Again, I'm 36 years old and I want your shirt. It could be a 24, 25-year-old. I've got no chance. Let's just call it what it is. So that disappointed me for myself, not anybody else. Just have to accept this. And then I wasn't speaking to nobody. People weren't calling me. So a bit out there in the wilderness, I'm not a footballer anymore. I thought, Jesus, okay, where can I get a game? Can I play charity? Can I play this? Can I just now? It wasn't there. So just one of those things where trying to find, let me try something new, something different, weren't working. Frustrated with home, but it was me that was causing it. And thankfully, my marriage still stayed together. My wife stuck with me because I wasn't in a great place. I wasn't the best person. I wouldn't say I wasn't a bad person, but I wasn't the best person to be around. So when things are starting to crumble, my purpose was changing. I couldn't grasp that. So I had to just fall to rock bottom to kind of take a few steps to putting things back together.
Wow. I've got a lot to... Oh, gosh. How can I decipher what you just said?
I'm just being honest. I can talk about it freely now because I feel like that's in my past and that's I'm not there now, but it happens. As again, what I was saying, why guys our age speak. People that come out of the game find it difficult to kind of, I think the word we might use now is reinvention, because no one prepares you to be not wanted or not needed, because you still feel all your life what you've been, you can still do something, but no, you can't. What? And you've only got your wife to talk to, who loves you all the same, but she ain't going to tell you, oh, yeah, do whichever, but it's, I want your opinion. Like, I want you to want me. I want the manager to want me. He don't want you. You know, you have to find yourself again. Find your purpose. I had to put my purpose into my family, which is the crux of all things in all truth. But that burning passion, that desire, I still wanted to play football. You know, so it's just coming to terms with that and understanding that, really. Yeah, just changing it up a little bit.
So you joined Summers, and how I heard about Summers.
When we beat Charcoal.
Yes, you know what?
Because all you South London teams look up to Charcoal.
No.
It is.
No. Wait. No. Actually,
Charcoal lost.
No. Okay, wait.
I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
Well, I mean, no. Well, listen. I mean, at the time, Charcoal in South. Actually, it was Wombells that were like the kind of.
Was that the team in Crayford?
I don't know where they were based, but that was Jimmy Bullard's team.
Bullard,
yeah,
my old teammate. Jimmy Bullard, yeah.
Like they were literally cleaning up the league every single time, and LSU were their closest challengers. But it was Wombells that was really like the team. And then Charcoal came in and they made a lot of noise. Rightly or wrongly, hey, like it is what it is. And you know,
I love it. I love it. Like again, I heard of LSU because we with Jamrock, Shibu, we came across one pre-season to play against LSU. Because I know they had Baz and another one of my old teammates, Anthony McNamee.
Yeah, McNamee.
Love
Quality.
Macca, man.
Oh,
yeah,
his like left foot is just unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a little magician, man. And they had a few other players. Forgetting off the top of my head. Ashley Carew. And again, Saji, best mate, he was playing for them. I was like, what are you doing playing for Team South? He goes, oh, they're decent. And I was thinking, all right. So they were being spoken about. So again, I just thought, oh, let me go and see what they're about. I think, these guys are playing. Like, decent, people looking fit, strong, want to compete, aggressive. I'm like, ticks all the boxes for me. So raise my game, let's make it a proper game. So, you know, and that was just a pre-season friendly. It's like, wow, I love that stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah, going back to the whole Charcoal thing, what they've done, what was in there, Faz? Mr. Farrell?
Mr. Farrell.
I forget his first name. His name is
James.
Faz. James, there you go. Now, he's his character. I love it because it's him. And he might rub people up the wrong way, but he doesn't care. From what I think, he doesn't care because you know why? He's focused. He knows what he wants to do with Charcoal. And I'm a fully fledged supporter of him going into their non-league business. Like, go for it, man, because you're giving some of those guys that look after themselves properly, like they're all fit guys, like no disrespect, they're not out of shape, they're not loose, they're fit guys, they do everything properly. So if those boys get the opportunity to play for something proper, Charcoal are doing it, so good luck to them. And I won't be surprised if a few more other Vets teams might do something similar. They'll clean up Vets football and think, hang on a minute, we're good enough to maybe compete. You know, I don't know what level league it is in comparison, what Kent League they're in, but it's a platform for them to keep growing. And you've got sort of I know vets players, but professional-minded players that are going to show up every week, go for it, man. Go for it. I love what they're doing.
So, and I'm not going to go into my like story with like James, not necessarily Charcoal, but with James. But what I can say is, James invited me to actually play in a charity game. I was like, okay, I'll play. And to his credit, he got about 2,000-3,000 people to this charity game with like other celebs.
Yeah.
You know, I don't count myself as a celeb, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to play.
Listen, you're a legend in the vet. Don't worry about that. Put yourself in there, man. Put yourself in there.
But it was absolutely amazing. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, just the amount of people, the money that was raised as well. And James definitely has like that like type of, I'd say ability to actually bring something like that together, like these big events. Mm-hmm. So that's something that I will never, discredit him for. And again, what he said in Vets football, he did. Like he said, he will dominate and like his team will win. And he did. And it rubbed a lot of people up the wrong way. But hey, exactly what you said before.
Yeah.
He kind of did what he did. On the kind of private conversations, and again, actually, I'm not going to kind of go into it because that's not really like my style. But it wasn't nice. I've got messages that are just not nice.
Okay. Sorry to hear that.
And like we're like talking years now, because of course, like he's not been part of Vets now for a good couple of years.
Yeah.
And at this present moment in time, I just choose not to kind of really kind of go down that path, because that's not really what I'm about. But again, if those kind of messages do like come out, there's like going to be a public apology, 100%. But like in terms of what he's doing in the kind of non-league space for like Charcoal, hey, like he is focused.
Yeah.
And like he knows what he wants.
Yeah.
And let's see what Charcoal do really. But yeah, it was like, I think Nikki tagged me in like one of your posts for like Summers. I'm like, oh, okay, there's a Vets team that's filming. Because, again, I'm kind of into like the production side of it. And I'm like, oh, like I like what this team's about, They're like playing Vets football and they're filming it. And, they don't, well, from the outset looking in, they don't take themselves seriously in terms of how Nikki produces it and whatnot. I'm like, I like this.
Yeah.
So myself and Nikki, started speaking, and then I actually did say in one of my lives, I think it was the year that you guys actually won the like London Cup, that Summers were like my dark horses.
Yeah.
And I believe that season, that's the season that you won it.
You won it, yeah.
How was that journey for you? Actually, kind of going through all of the rounds, and then of course playing LSU in the final.
Just something to play for. So, like I said, for the few years I was playing football over in West London and learning with Bubbles and stuff at Shibu, the London Cup is what every Vets team plays for. From what I from what I understood from West London is that, obviously the South London teams dominate. So when I said to Hunty, I said, nah, like put in for it. Like just put ourselves on the map. I think he's already put in for it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they used to get beat, right? So, we want to try and win our league and win our Essex Cup and stuff like that. Just you play to win the cup, don't you? You want to lift the trophy and have your moment. So, because I understood, or I felt I understood, what the London Cup represented. Hang on, we're the best Vets team in London. Hang on. We can talk now. Yeah, and for Hunty as well, like when we had our conversation, I was just sort of saying to him, like, look, it's very South London dominated. The South London scene. No disrespect. People talk, people make noise, but I'll appreciate all of that because bit of bragging rights, bit of ego, a bit of spice up the competition. Like I look to play on whichever. Man's talking about. Just what it's about. It's like a bit of a laugh. Like you're having yourself or back yourself. Like you know what I mean. We have all got to confidence and self belief, right? No. Sorry. That sounds bad, doesn't it? It sounds like I'm calculated. But nah. So when like. Yeah, I want to shut these South London teams up, man. Let's, you know what I mean? Team from Essex, they don't know nobody from Essex. No one from Essex goes to play in the London, because of travelling and all that. Now, we're kind of East London. We can borderline East London stroke Essex. So we're still, look, we're inside the M25, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Right? We're just outside the north, but we're inside the M25. So we can cast ourselves East London, man. We're having it. We're having some of this. So, yeah, who did we play in? I think we beat up one of the other Catford teams earlier on in the rounds. Like early on, just thought nothing of them. Just swept them aside. No disrespect. Mm-hmm. But we was just on point and boom, 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 boom. Everything went in. Okay, cool. And then the highlight was obviously the charcoal game. We thought, hang on, we've got a chance here. And I can't remember... If I'm honest with you, I can't remember after the charcoal game who we played, like a few years ago, and then LSU in the final. I thought, right, cool. LSU in the final, couple of big name players, big strong team, done great, play good football, and then you've got Lloyd. Respect to the gaffer. He talks a good game, and he lets everybody know he talks a good game because he does talk sense, but he is very, very vocal. And you can't help but notice that. Yeah, like it's cool, man. Like Lloydie's decent. No disrespect to any of them LSU teams because again, another setup with all their teams, whichever, love what they're doing. Massive respect, and but playing against them, I want to beat you first. After the game, yeah, well done, man. You know what? Don't worry. And I think, who's the midfielder? I forget his name. We had a little tumble and I looked at him, got growled at him. He said, "Guys, I'm gonna love playing against you." And we just laughed it off. You know what I mean? We just having like a little dig to each other, and we just laughed. We got angry, but we just quickly laughed about it. I says, "Do you know what? I don't mind. I says, chuck it because I'll chuck it back." And it just spurred me on for the game and stuff. And that got my respect even more. JB in the midfield there. Baz obviously. Is it what's the guy, the quick guy up front or plays in? Is it Chris? Chris something? Mixed race guy. Proper lively. He either plays up front or on. I know he came out onto the left wing because Baz was on the left and Anthony was floating around.
Chris.
But anyways, he was a lively striker. So I thought, you know what, we're going to have a good game here. And don't get me wrong, when we won, I honestly felt we deserved it because we played together as a team. We wanted it. Like, genuinely. And I loved that feeling because I won it. But knowing that 15 other guys, plus the manager, plus our families in the stands and stuff like that, plus the kids get involved, yeah, it's just lovely. You know what I mean? So, without getting too personal with the whole South London stuff, it's a game of football, it's a cup final that we wanted to win. And completion and achievement. Come back to it again. Set out a purpose, really want to do well in this cup. I'd love to do well in this cup. We won it. We achieved it. Do you know what I mean? And great feeling. Great feeling.
Did you feel a certain way that the final was in Bromley?
Nah. Just a decent pitch, decent surface. Like, I don't know if, it's South London and for me, no. We most of us live east anyway, so like, all right, and this is where with vets football, like people don't like to travel or whatever. But listen, for me, as long as it's a decent surface, there's no excuse. You can play good football, great facility, great stadium. Like, what's there not to like about it? At least it's not like, I don't want to be disrespectful to a non-league club, but like, it's not like one of them pictures that's got the white railings around it. Do you know what I mean? It's got a bar, it's got decent showers, it's got a stand, it's got the floodlights. Do you know what I mean? It's a proper pitch. So what? It's in Bromley. Could go and play in QPR for all I care. I don't care. It's a decent surface, decent ground. So I enjoyed that. Playing in a good environment. We all got there on time. We all turned up. There's no excuses. Go and perform.
Let's talk about the infamous game against LSU in I think it was last season.
Last year, yeah.
There was a lot that was going on behind the scenes. And for just context, I think there was you were playing LSU in, I think, the second or third round.
Let me come back to you.
Okay.
Because this draw...
Listen, it was live.
Listen.
It was live.
You was a little bit too excited about the draw.
Listen, you're not...
You was a little bit too excited. I was watching. I was like, what's he laughing about? Wait, Hunty, get onto him.
You can't keep... You know what? When I saw the draw, I'm like... You know, half of me was like, this should be another semi-final or final.
Yeah.
However...
It's football, don't it?
It's football.
It's football. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, this is going to be an absolute spectacle. You know, two of the best vets teams, you know, going head to head. And again, that's why I love doing like the live draws, because everyone can see everything turning. Like, there's no, you know, like you can't, fix anything. However, there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. How did you feel about the whole situation? Because, you know, like, it was a really drawn out scenario, and a lot of people got involved.
And that's where I think it went wrong, in my opinion. I can't remember it too tough, but the crux of the matter was Driz was getting married. One of our players was married, and we was all going to the art. We was all going. He's his teammates. We weren't going to the wedding. We were going to the after bit, right? Some of the players, because they're not my friends, like per se, they're my teammates. But a lot of the team, they're like 4 or 5 of them. They've grown up from kids, so you know they were all going to the wedding and a bit. But the whole team was going to the wedding.
The reception.
The reception bit, yeah. So I don't know if I can't remember where forgive me if I get it crossed or whichever, because I didn't take no part in whichever. Have we got a game? Have we not? Right? So don't know. It was Nikki, Lee, Akin, whoever the admin is at the top. Can we change the fixture? I think can we change the fixture, whichever, because you know we've got this going on or whichever. We ain't gonna have enough players, right? We can't fulfill the fit. We haven't got enough players for the game. Sorry. And it was left with, okay, the game's cancelled, whichever. Then I can't remember about. No, hang on a minute. I think it got moved to another week. But I might be getting crossed here, actually. 1 second.
So
no, because whatever happened, there was a game that we played.
That you played.
That we had minimal players, but we could fulfill the fixture, right? Can you play in or out, basically? Yeah, no, whichever. Again, people were missing. Yeah? Like, you know, vets football is some people can make it, but we could field the team, so we played a game. Little did I know the repercussions of what was going on, because I don't get involved in the fixtures, and I'm hearing this and I'm hearing that and I'm hearing that. We could do this and this could happen, and they're not happy, and this, that, and the other, and they're gonna complain to the FA. And I was thinking, Jesus Christ, it's messy, man. Just we couldn't play it, whatever. If they have to go through, they go through. If we play the game, let's play the game. So whatever words were said, I kind of ignored it, if I'll be honest with you, Tabrice. I don't want to get involved in that headache. If someone's made a mistake, own up to it, own it. If someone hasn't, just play the game. So whatever happened, we played the game, but this put bare spice on it because Lloydie weren't happy, and some other voices took it upon themselves. I ain't gonna mention no names, but they took it real personal to come down to watch the game and almost like you're gonna do something. Like, behave yourself. Make as much noise as you want when the game starts, but when we're warming up and you want to sort of, like you warm up in that half, we warm up in this half, just say there's an imaginary border. This guy kind of like he wants to step to our team. Like, bruv, behave yourself before you get thrown into the bush. Do you know what I mean? That's as much as I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And it's not necessary. That's just me just hyping the talk, right? But it's just like, mate, just leave it. Let's just play the game, man. So I think if I was at LSU, I'm going to do all I can to just be aggressive, get into you, rough you up, steam you up, get whichever. You are not beating me today. Yeah? But Newts, I'm playing a cup match. We beat you in the final. So I'm like, I'm beating you today. So I'm going to have it. Right? So the game wasn't great, I don't think, personally. It wasn't as good as the cup final. But it's Vets football. There's end-to-end stuff. There's excitement. There's the ref was under pressure. I don't forget that, because we had a young. He wasn't an okay ref, okay, but it got to him.
Okay.
I think things got to him. There were some decisions he got wrong. There was other decisions he's a little bit. Every Sunday, just let that go, and that can antagonize you as a player, right? So, but anyways, so can't remember the scoring, whichever. I know we got lucky on one of the goals when Driz went to cross it and stuff. It went over the keeper. I think we was in front, and so it could have gone either way. So anyways, cup fairy tale or whatever. I think they equalised late on and stuff like this. And the game went to penalties, obviously. I think that's how I remember. It went to penalties, yeah. And whatever happened. They won. Now, coming away from the game, looking back at it, if I was a neutral, like Newts being neutral and my professional head on, congratulations. Whatever mistake we made as Summers FC, you deserve to go through. Like, you deserve good luck. Well done. You won on penalties, whichever. But also, professional Newts, we turned up to play. If we beat you, we beat you. See you later. Nothing said. No animosity, no, no more noise. And then, you know what? Shook hands with some of them. No, sorry. Every one of them, except the one that was making, it wasn't one of their players that was making a lot of noise, but the person that was making a lot of noise. Mm-hmm. Go away, mate. Just, yeah, okay, LSU won. Good, LSU, good luck to you. I've not got a problem with you. No problem. Good luck. I hope you win, or good luck in the rest of the cup. We'll look our wounds. We'll go home. We'll go back to the league. Simple as that. But with all the jargon on whatever politics went on, I can't really remember it too tough because I've got my own stresses going on at home and in my own life. I just want to turn up on a Saturday, play football and win. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. So it could be against Catford. It could be against LSU, whoever. I just want a game of football. That's all it is. Forget all the politics. And Lloyd bought me a beer afterwards and says, you know what, Nukes, it's not what it's all about. I said, no. I said, Lloyd, sometimes I get it because it's a matter of moral and principle. And some people stand on that. And I think that's what he is. He's a person of moral and principle. And I rate him for it. And I respect it. I make him right. So looking back at everything, if we made the mistake, I think us as a club and our management, whichever, massively, everybody's learnt from it. It will never happen again. It will never happen again. I think maybe the FA side of things, that won't never happen again as well. Do you know what I mean? Because no one wants to spoil it, tarnish it, upset people. People are going to boycott this, Don't worry, man. Don't worry about it. Come back next year or play for another cup, whatever, And I'm glad, in a way, the dust got settled. It got forgotten about and got back to what Vets football is for. Compete, win or lose, have a Guinness afterwards. Simple as that.
You seem like a player that, and please correct me if I'm wrong, win or lose, you are very analytical about your own performance.
100%. 100%. Because I'm giving up my time. Yeah? I'm giving up my time. I don't want to just turn up and just have a laugh and all the rest of it because, life is, or time is precious, right? And I don't know if people do people go to the gym to sit on the bike for half an hour, level 1, and just have a little. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or do you turn up and do something to try and get something out of it to make you feel better? Otherwise, you might as well go and sit on the sofa, or you might go to work, earn a bit more money, go to the pub, have a few more drinks. Whatever you do, just do it properly. So if how I am, can't give a good example of myself for my teammates, I'll be letting them down. I'll be the first one to say, Axe, don't bother, man. Or I'll walk off, take me off, or whichever. I don't want to, but if I feel that I'm not doing the team justice, I'll be the first one to hold my hand up. No, it's not good enough. It's not good enough from my own standard. So if I can't bring that to my team, you know what I mean? No, someone else.
As a man, what inequalities do you want to pass on to your children?
Respect themselves first and foremost. Manners to people around you, because I think don't get me wrong, I'm not the best person. I'm not trying to be a preacher here, but if you're mannerful, so you should get that back. There's no need to be an arsehole. So don't outwardly be an arsehole. Don't outwardly try and do something to someone that they're going to think, why are you doing that? Why are you speaking to me like that for? So just have some manners. But so respect themselves first and foremost. Have some manners to a lot of people around them, friends, family, new relationships, and whatever you want to do, give your best. I've told my eldest right through to my youngest, he's starting to get it, just do your best and be your best. Whether it's schoolwork, whether it's playing a musical instrument, whether it's you want to try something, give your best. Do it. You know what I mean? Just make your best effort. Don't be half-hearted, Don't just go, just no, go and do it properly. Do it with interest. Do it with a bit of passion. And I'm going to say it again, it might come back to that completing something and achieving. You might think, you know what, I actually enjoyed that. So that's how, well, my wife as well, that's how we try and get across to our children.
Do you think it's hard for like men of our generation to navigate through this current environment, to be open and honest to our friends and also to our families?
Not now. I think, how can I say this? I'll try and say it honestly. I think because I've been vulnerable and I've kind of almost felt like, fuck it, I've got nothing to lose. Might as well just say it how it is type thing. And once you've done that or been in that way and you realise what response you get back, oh, okay, Tabriz ain't put me down. He ain't laughed at me. He's actually helped me out, or he's felt something similar, or he's heard of something similar. And he might have suggested an idea. Yeah, you know what? I might try that. I don't like that, but I'll give it a go anyway. Oh, you know what? So secretly, whatever you've said, I might not see you again. But oh yeah, I remember Tabriz said that. Thanks, mate. I might reach out back to you. Hey, you know what? What you said, thank you. Me and you might not speak again, but I remember what you said, just purely because you might have been through something similar, or you've heard someone go through something similar. So I think in today's sort of current climate, yes, life is hard. Yes, we can all relate. But instead of clamming up and, going into a little cocoon, people, I wouldn't say it's reaching for help. People just talk about it. And you shouldn't really get judged. And you're not going to, oh, yeah. People might laugh about it. Oh, yeah, the missus is giving you grief, or she's moaning at you for this, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah. I just tell her to do one. And I just do this, and I just, you know what I mean? Oh, and some people, I can't never do that. You know what I mean? What we can laugh about is it takes kind of the pressure of some situations. That's just one little bit there, right? But you might expose something that you're sitting in there, racking your brain, and you say something, but my man's heard and the other gentleman's heard, and I don't know them. But they might feel that they can offer something to a conversation. Okay. He ain't coming at me with any sort of put down or judgment. It's just a topic. Being men, he might be a young guy, but he's offering it from a young person's perspective. Whereas we might be sitting here in our 40s, oh yeah, we don't know it all. We might listen to our elders, but they don't do things how we do things now. But the young guys, the Thundercats, might see things from a different perspective, where we're a bit closed, when we just need to do this, open. So this is what I'm talking about as everybody being open to talk, offer advice, have an opinion, have a conversation, as you've done, Tabriz. I think it's fantastic. Getting people's different opinions, different experiences, putting it out there for people to relate to. Because, yeah, sometimes listening is helpful.
And see, what I've realised, within our generation, I'm like 44, so growing up, it was about not crying.
I still do that now to my son in football. Don't show them that you're hurt. Don't show this. But I'm not the parent to sort of say, "Are you okay?" I don't want no, what do you call it, snowflake. It is snowflake society. you can see when people are hurt, but I'm not the most empathetic person. I still need to learn that. My missus is the total opposite. She is super, super caring. And I'm just like, oh, God, I'm not dealing with that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I want my boy to be confident and say, you know what, I'm hurt, but I can get over that. Don't look for that, too much, because are you still going to be doing that when you're 16? Really? I know like mummy loves the cuddles and all the rest of it now, but it's a different perspective when it's my daughter getting really upset and it's girl drama, and I'm like, I can't deal with that either. Go to your mum.
Yeah, 100.
But yeah, no, this, all these crying and stuff like that. Yeah, you need a little bit of tough love, But then, being black yourself, I'm pretty sure you had similar experiences what I had from the Nan generation and my parents' generation, and some of their sayings, they're just true to life. And I find myself saying it to my kids because now that I'm older, I can see what they were talking about. And it's just getting over things, seeing it from the other side.
100%. And with like you now in such a influential position, what advice would you give to the boys? So, are you coaching boys and girls, or just boys?
I have coached girls as well in grassroots football as well, and I don't treat them any different. Like, you're in my environment, I'm going to talk to you and encourage you the same way. I'm gonna, bless her, Scarlett. Little example, she was the toughest one in our team. And if she cried from a knock, you knew something was wrong. Otherwise, she'd run through this wall, like literally bounce off it, nothing happened. You're like, oh gosh, tough little cookie. And loved her to pieces just purely because of her commitment. Not saying she's a world superstar footballer, but she loved football and competing that much. I'm like, you know what, fair play to you. You take that quality with you in anything you do, you're going to succeed in whatever you want to do. So like, I love that type of natural attribute. So, but when I've coached, stroke managed men's team, and it's difficult, not so much difficult, it's learning, trying to work out how to encourage and boost up different personalities, because I've been a teammate, but now when you've got responsibility of, you, come on, I know you've got more, or you, blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I'm saying? But really you're misdirecting it to G up somebody else. Does that make sense? So it's try and do it as a collective. And when I coach the kids, the youngsters, it's a collective. I want them to understand that I want more from them without never really digging one person. It's not about that. But it's a journey for them, self-belief, confidence, expressing themselves, and trying their best. So I'll always try and encourage that with a team, with a group session, and also with individual sessions as well. Come on, keep pushing. Come on, I know it's tough. I'll do it with you. Push them along, But yeah, I enjoy it.
And what message would you give to any man who was like born in the 80s that's struggling right now?
Some people might find it difficult to talk to strangers, but just do your best just to say, do you mind if I ask you a question? It's as simple as that. And I say it like that because my experience as a cab driver, I've come across all walks of people. and it's been a learning curve for me. And sometimes people have got in my cab just purely because they want to talk. So, and this is men and women, different ages. Oh, do you mind if I ask you something? I don't know you. You've just got in my cab. Yeah, go far away. And when they hit you with something, oh, okay, don't take this the wrong way, but this is what I think. And then a conversation or an opinion just starts off that. So it is difficult to find that. Who do I talk to? What do I say? Because I've been there. Yeah, I've been there through my own purpose, my own journey. And I can say now, at the time, it wasn't, and it didn't help me. It made me worse because I'm sitting there festering in my own feelings and I'm burying myself until I cried, I broke down, I was vulnerable. I said I had nothing more to lose, basically. So where do I go? Hey, listen, man, you're not yourself. Yeah, because of this. And as soon as you just release one thing, it can be picked up, grabbed. Maybe you can elaborate on a topic, a subject, a situation, and then a conversation can develop. So all I could say is if that person or anybody is really low, don't know what to say, don't know who to speak to a stranger. Just speak to a stranger. You'll get a vibe of someone's body language, surely. Do you mind if I ask you something? Off you go. I know it sounds maybe a bit blasé and a bit easy, but if someone did do that, that's you helping yourself. That's you starting to open up. Speak to a neutral, speak to a stranger in the hope of maybe not being judged. You have no fear, you don't know them. They could help. They might say one little thing that might give you that kickstart. Who knows?
Newt, I just want to thank you for your honesty and your transparency. I've watched the games. Of course, Hunty does an amazing job editing, and I see how calm you are.
Not always, man. Not always.
not always. But especially at halftime when you speak, people listen, and literally not a lot of people have that quality. And again, I just want to thank you for being here and sharing your story with me.
That's cool, man.
And it's been a long time. So actually, I've got one more question. So are you Panthro or is it
Leonardo? Come
Leonardo.
On, man. Panthro, man.
You got to be Panthro, though.
You got to be Panthro, man. You have to be Panthro. Don't worry about all that magic with the sword, man. I'm driving the tank.
Newt, honestly, thank you so much.
Nice one.